We hear that in the media. We hear every day Ukraine, the sovereignty of Ukraine. What? Meanwhile, 70 years of occupation of the Palestinians goes unchecked. We give Israel $4 billion a year. That's about 5,000 for every Israeli citizen who lives in Israel, while we have more than millions of homeless people in the United States. We give them $4 billion a year, no question asked. And they take that money and they buy weapons and they attack the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinians have no tank. They don't have an air force. They always say, oh, the rockets, oh, Hamas, no, they're not rockets. They make these cheap rockets from sewage pipe. It's like firecrackers. They don't do any damages. And Israel will go, we have intercepted today 4,500 Hamas rockets. Really? If somebody threw 4,500 rockets, you really intercepted all of them? Really? Let me take this out. So my problem is that I'm pleading to the American people, or to the people who are going to watch this video. There's a problem going on. Every time you watch the legacy media, they have a lot of interest. They're not going to report what's going on in the Gaza Strip. They're not going to report these 2 million people occupied. No, not occupied. There's 7 million people under the occupation. Israeli newspapers have called it apartheid. They have called it injustice. They have settled on lands illegally. They have built their own streets, their own malls, their own way that Palestinians cannot use. The problem here is that we have an issue here that nobody wants to address. It's like the gorilla in the room. How long could this go on? You have about 7 million Palestinians under the occupation of the Israeli brutal Jewish occupation, the Israeli Jewish occupation. The reason I could say Jewish Israelis is because there's minorities in Israel. There's the Arabs, there's the Bedouins, there's the others. So I have to say who's doing the damage. So it is the one in power. So the Palestinian issue has become, it's not a complex issue. People say it's complex. It's not. You have an occupation and you have an occupied. You have people with tanks. You have people with rocks. You have people with air force. You have people with slingshots. So how do you solve this problem? It's not going to be solved because Israel, the Israelis, they get money every year, $4 billion. So they have no incentive to stop it. If you're getting $4 billion for a small state like Israel with a small population, that's a lot of money. So you don't have no incentive to stop. So we as United States taxpayers have to say, whoop, stop the money. We're not going to give no more money until we figure out the solution. They've been negotiation peace since 1989. So 89, 99, 89, 99, 209, 219. It's going to be almost 40 years. And they have, since they started negotiation, they have built more than 500,000 settlements inside the territory they are negotiating to give the Palestinians. The Palestinians no longer control their territory. They only control 22% what used to be Palestine. And that 22% is still not enough for the Israeli settlements who bring people from Brooklyn, New York, from Canada, from all over the world, misfits who could not make it in New York or Brooklyn. All of a sudden they give them an AK-47, tell them, go settle that land, go beat up those Palestinians, man. We have seen settlers burn whole village. Last month, they burned more than 50 homes and more than 200 or 300 cars. It was a pogrom. It is compared to what the Jews used to go through in Europe. So what they learned in Europe, they're bringing it into the Palestinian territory. It is heartbreaking to see these people die every day. Let's see what's going on here. Okay? All right. Israeli strikes kills 13 people, including women and 4 children. Oh. That was probably the whole objective of the whole killing. These are the Palestinian people, man. These are the children. See this girl? She's crying. That's her father who's been killed yesterday. Who's going to stop that? Who's going to say, yo, well, I mean, Who's going to say, well, we had enough of this? You guys don't want peace, the Israelis. You don't want the one state solution. You don't want the two-state solution. What solution are you looking for? The Palestinian? Are you looking for the final solution to ethnically cleanse them one day out of whatever's left of the Palestinian territory? Because inside Israel, they made ethno-Jewish laws that the state of Israel is only for the Jews. Well, you have 2 to 3 million Palestinian Arabs living as citizens of Israel. They are considered second-class citizens according to Israeli laws. And the whole situation is that the United States politicians don't have the fucking balls to say the truth or talk. You gotta say enough is enough. Listen, you want peace or you don't want peace? The American taxpayer has to call their congressman and say, listen, we cannot give this money away every year, $4 billion for no question asked, so they could kill the Palestinian children, women and children every year. So